This is Tammy Baskey, and you are listening to Life Coach Life, the podcast, episode number 11. Hey. I recently went and had a full body therapeutic massage. It had been well over a year and a half since I had one, and I was just aching from head to toe. In the first 5-minute pre-consult, one of the first things my masseuse noticed was that my head and neck were jutting forward. I was just standing there in the room, and she gently came over, stood next to me, and moved my head back and repositioned it to where it was supposed to be. And when she did that, I automatically self-adjusted and pushed my stomach forward, and we had a laugh. But then she said, "You are carrying things that are not intended for you to carry." And I was like, oh God, like she sees through me every time, right? I shook my head. It's like, yeah, I do that. And then she left me in the soft lit room to undress and get comfortable on the warming blanket on the table. She re-entered and lowered the lights even more. Went to the head of the table and pressed pretty significantly. She pressed right in the center of my chest. And it was a place I would have never known was so sore. And as she pressed, my tears just automatically released, slowly and softly, just running down the sides of my face. I kept breathing, and she kept pressing. And the next thing she did was some pretty heavy energy work in my thyroid area. And it's one of my most troubled chakras. The thyroid chakra is responsible for communication, self-expression, and the ability to speak your personal truth. It's the 5th chakra, situated in the center of the neck. And I have a history of Graves' disease, and my thyroid disease, untreated back in the day, well over 20 years ago, certainly affected so much of my life, my mood, and primarily it also added to a lot of my anxiety and depression. And generally speaking, the more severe the thyroid disease, the more severe you can experience mood changes. And again, mine was pretty bad back in my 30s. And it was at a time where I really was fighting desperately, mostly with myself, but I was fighting desperately to be heard. I believed no one was listening, that no one even cared. This was a time before coaches were mainstream, before therapy was embraced by everyone, and even medication, was seen as a weakness, at least by my personal tribe, my family. So my massage therapist then asked me to repeat a throat vibration. She asked me to recreate the sound that she was making. And mine came out as a whisper that day. In that position, my thyroid was really oppressed. I could hear it. And she repositioned the back of my neck with a really large yoga block and what seemed like these supersized acupressure balls. And slowly my voice released into a lower, soulful sounding vibration. I could feel my authenticity, my authentic vibration streaming back in and out of my body. And I kept breathing. There's a sound to our soul, and it's the sound of our voices. Every time we use our voice, we send an energetic imprint out into the world and onto the people that are around us that can hear us. Whether it's a low, muted, confidential whisper, a bold vocal declaration that booms from a microphone, or anything in between, there are very, very few sounds more evocative than the sound of our own voices. They have a certain signature, certain signature, just like our fingerprints. No two are alike. And just like the words that we use, our tones, our inflections, even our silence speaks volumes and completely communicates what we are feeling, what we desire, and what we really, really mean. There's no hiding our truth in our voice. They have the power, our voices have the power to heal, to support, to weaponize, to vibrate love, and our voices can transform others, good or bad, right? Simply in the art of speaking. When we truly become aware of the sound of our voices and the impact that they have, we can then consciously choose what we are expressing each and every day. What we communicate goes way beyond words. So let's start taking responsibility for our voices, heal our voices, and remember the power of our voices. Let's begin to allow the thoughts that my voice matters, my voice loves, my voice is my soul. It's my soul vibration. I can create harmony and healing simply with the sound of my voice. If you or someone you know has thyroid issues, anxiety, depression, trouble communicating and connecting with those that they love, my new 3-month program, Learning to Love the Sound of My Voice, is now available. It's so exciting. This is a program absolutely and personally guaranteed to change your life. Share this podcast with them or simply drop me a note at tbasquet@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, everyone. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. This is Tammy Basquet once again reminding you that your mind always matters. See you next week.